This is 5 on Your Side at noon. Focused on you.
I am firsthand witness that every day our President Joe Biden fights for the American people, and we are deeply, deeply grateful for his service to our nation.
Vice President Kamala Harris makes her first public comments since President Biden dropped his bid for re-election. She's now moving swiftly to secure Democratic delegates. Thanks for being here at noon. I'm Kay Quinn. Harris has spent the last 24 hours placing calls to party leaders, members of Congress, and civil rights leaders, making it clear she plans to work hard to earn the nomination. NBC's Bree Jackson has the latest.
In an historic move, President Biden dropping out of the 2024 presidential race, writing, "I believe it is in the best interest of my party and the country for me to stand down." The news sending shockwaves through the nation.
It was a shock, but at the same time, they must feel it's best for the election.
I think he made a choice for the country, and I'm in favor of it.
The president's decision follows weeks of calls for him to step aside, citing concerns about his poor debate performance, age, and ability to lead for 4 more years if reelected. The 81-year-old says he's now offering his full support for his vice president, Kamala Harris, to be this year's Democratic nominee. In a statement, she says, "I will do everything in my power to unite the Democratic Party and unite our nation to defeat Donald Trump." Some lawmakers are also throwing their support behind the 59-year-old.
There's no time for bitterness, man. We have got to unite behind this ticket with Kamala Harris at the helm and move forward.
She carries into this campaign the Biden record, and it is a damn good record.
Former President Trump's team has been preparing to run against Harris for weeks. He's criticized her even before President Biden ended his campaign.
She's not a competent person. She shouldn't be president. She's being laughed at all over the world.
The world is now watching and waiting to see what the Democratic Party ticket will be. President Biden will stay on for the remainder of his term. He said he will address the nation about his decision later this week. In Washington, Bree Jackson, back to you.
The delegates President Biden won in the primaries do not automatically transfer to Vice President Harris with his endorsement. 5 on Your Side's Laura Barczewski has reaction from local delegates headed to the Democratic National Convention.
As President Joe Biden decides to end his campaign for a second term, Missouri delegates ready to support him at the Democratic National Convention highlight what they call a tremendous job as president.
He has gotten infrastructure passed. He's gotten the climate change passed. He brought us out of the pandemic successfully. We've had the longest job growth in the history of the country in over 50 years.
He's actually doing a selfless act on behalf of the American people.
But now their eyes are locked in on what's next. According to DNC rules, a new Democratic nominee could be selected beforehand by virtual vote, or it could be an open convention and actually be decided on the world stage. State Senator Doug Beck is headed to the DNC for the first time as a delegate.
And I think it needs to be as open and as transparent as possible as we go forward. I know the president has endorsed Vice President Harris, but at the end of the day, I think that I'm going to be listening to voters of Missouri.
St. Louis Alderwoman Daniela Velasquez says she would support Kamala Harris if she's selected, but stressed focusing on a common goal that hasn't changed.
Our focus is really on defeating Republicans and defeating Trump. We know what that looks like. We saw what it looked like in 2016. And based on his comments at the RNC, it's going to be 10 times worse. We won't have Muslim bans. There was mass deportation.
The chair of the St. Louis County Democratic Central Committee, Nelson Mitten, says now is the time for Democrats to unite.
Policies don't change. Democrats support the same things. We are going to move forward on those, and I believe there will be plenty of time to bring the party together.
That was Laura Barczewski reporting. Our political editor, Mark Maxwell, will be at the Democratic National Convention next month. Look for his live reports right here on 5 on Your Side, starting August 19th. Today, we could get a better understanding of the events that led a Sangamon County Sheriff's deputy to shoot this woman in her own home. Illinois State Police plan to release body cam footage in 2 hours. Investigators say on July 6th, Sonia Massey called 911 about an intruder she believed was in her home in Springfield. Prosecutors say Deputy Sean Grayson responded and ended up shooting and killing her. The shooting has already sparked protests in Springfield. Grayson is charged with first-degree murder. He pleaded not guilty. He has been fired from the force. The cost of Friday's massive tech outage could top $1 billion. That's according to research firm Anderson Economic Group. Airlines canceled more than 5,000 flights Friday alone. A spokesperson for St. Louis Lambert Airport says everything should be back to normal today. Retailers, hospitals, and package delivery services also catching up after service disruptions. The outage was triggered by a software update from cybersecurity firm CrowdStrike, which hit Microsoft Windows-based computers.
Well, we like back to normal, even weather-wise. Boy, weather and news has been so busy. But today, there's a couple pop-up showers out there, and we'll take a look at those coming up. But right now, Worldwide Technology Raceway, the Metro East, couple clouds popping up out there, but so far the showers are to the south or west or north of St. Louis. So right now, downtown St. Louis, partly sunny to mostly sunny. Cuba, Missouri, a little bit more. You can see some darker clouds down there, and that's where we're finding a few of those showers. But there was one that popped up even in northern Lincoln County and rolled right to the southwest of Eola and also north of Millwood, then dissipated. And then there's a good downpour east of Rockbridge, and that's in Macoupin County, so just right on there on the Greene County line there. And a few more popping up from Phelps County, Crawford County, right around Cuba, and into Washington County. So a few showers still possible today, maybe a real quick thunderstorm. And most of us staying dry. High temperatures in the lower 80s we're expecting, but that humidity remains up there quite a bit. We're going to see that same pattern as we head through tomorrow, Wednesday, and Thursday. Right now at Lambert, 83 degrees, and your full forecast coming up, Kay.
All right, we'll see you in a few minutes. Thank you, Jim. The community is mourning the loss of a popular radio personality. Tammy Holland died this weekend from cancer at the age of 53. 5 on Your Side's Annie Kroll talked with co-workers about her trailblazing career and what she did for Black women on the airwaves.
She opened the doors for a lot of people.
Actress and comedian Lady Ree the Funny Lady said Tammy Holland was an inspiration as one of the voices behind the first all-black female radio show at Foxy 106.9.
Tammy really played a big role. I'm not going to cry. Not that, but she really played a big role in a lot of things that, that people don't even know about.
Tammy used this mic to co-host with Ree and Ms. Sanita starting at 6 a.m. on weekdays for 4 hours. Tammy was on air just weeks before her passing, Saturday morning, talking about what they'll miss most.
She has this infectious laugh, and everybody loves it. And then she would always bust out in some harmonic song or something on the microphone.
Battling stage 4 colon cancer that spread to her brain, Tammy died in hospice surrounded by teenage daughter Meadow, family, and friends. She'll be remembered Monday on Foxy with a 2-hour tribute to call in and share stories.
As I was fighting for my life, all I could think about was being remembered forever.
Remember. Thank you, Tammy Holland, for a job well done.
Reporting in Delmar, Annie Kroll, 5 on Your Side.
Tammy also worked on 5 on Your Side in the 1990s as an overnight news anchor. Her funeral is set for tomorrow. Still ahead, the stunning admission from the head of the Secret Service as she's being grilled by Congress. Plus, unhappy at Disneyland, why workers are ready to walk out of the theme park.